Wow, that's one of the beautiful overlooks on Little River Canyon in Alabama. Stunning. So we've got a power down here.
You know, you don't have to. You can just start it here, and that will power it on. But yes, you can do this. That's really also to start it, but it'll also turn on the power, so you can do it either way. If you're not interested to start the bike right away, you can just hit the power, and you know, if you're going to play with the screen, it's going to take about 30 seconds to load in, frankly.
Nice.
Yep. So this will, the confirm button for choices is on this side, and the back button or the screen advance button is over here to back out of menu choices. Or you can just push the buttons here, you know, and get to your screen.
Cool. All right.
It's in first, so it won't start because it actually has a kickstand sensor, unlike the Harley.
And all of this is totally configurable.
Yeah, totally configurable. Just touch this in the corner, and then you can drag what you want where. You know, you go back. You gotta grab the plus sign and put it where you want it. Yeah.
That's very cool.
And then this button will cycle through the screens. And I added the music up there because I was curious to see what music was playing. You want me to leave my phone in here so you can play music?
No, you're good. You're good because I'll be talking.
Right. You gotta be talking.
Yeah.
This will actually, when you start moving, will show your elevation changes as you go. You know, at running, kind of like a graph, and you can same thing, amend this screen and put what you want on there, and that's the fixed phone screen and the fixed music screen, which you can get to any of them by just, you know, if you want to get the music right away, you can just push that.
Right.
You get navigation, but I like the combined screen that shows nav and a few things of choice.
Excellent. And we've got electric screen.
Yeah.
And it's a double push, is it? Double tap
Well,
to.
it's up and down. So. Yeah. 2 taps up or 2 taps down, it'll go all the way up.
Right.
Or you can just do it a little bit by touch. Yeah.
Nice.
I like the way the kickstand operates. It's like got a nice spring to it. It's like much softer. There must be a rubber thing under there. It's much nicer than the Harley screen.
So
and
obviously,
it's an automatic start. Like you just push it once and let it go, and it'll automatically start. You don't
so
have to hold it.
Obviously, you've only done about 100 miles on this, and you've traded your Harley Glide for this. But so far, initial impressions good.
Initial impressions are great. I missed the Richter scale vibration at idle.
Yeah.
But I don't miss the front end dive on the brakes. The engine is incredibly torquey. The suspension is amazing. I'm not really a big suspension guy. Noticeably better.
All right.
Very happy with it so far.
Oh yeah. Sweet. It's very, very slick straight away, isn't it? Very smooth.
Yes.
Very refined.
Like I said,
immediately.
with earplugs in, I can't tell it's running sometimes at idle.
Okay, I'll see you shortly.
Have fun.
So this is a 2020 Indian Challenger Limited in a beautiful matte finish sandstone bronze, I believe they call it. It's Eric's brand new bike. Only picked it up yesterday. About 100 miles young on it, and so I won't be thrashing it or going mad. But I've ridden many Harleys. I've owned 3 Harleys, and ridden basically every bike Harley make multiple times, and be interested to see how this fares. I can say immediately that it is very smooth and refined compared with the Harley. Gearbox is super slick and light, positive. Clutch is light. The screen works very well in a full upright position. If I lower it a bit, definitely get some buffeting from that point, which is the lowest. And this is actually the aftermarket high screen, I believe, that Eric has on it. So If I was buying it, I would definitely need that taller screen. It's not too bad at the split eye level there, but just above it, it's really quite a still pocket of air. But of course you are looking through the screen then, which isn't so nice if it's raining or something. 6 definitely feels a bit of an overdrive. It's lovely here, purring along at 2,400 revs in 6th gear, 60 miles an hour. Very, very nice. It really feels incredibly light compared with the Harley. I believe it's 150 pounds lighter than the Harley equivalent Glide. A lot of people think that Indian have copied the Glide in terms of its looks. I don't worry about that sort of nonsense. I'll let you decide. I think lots of people and lots of industries are influenced by other people. If they weren't, we wouldn't have rock and roll, right? But I can say the seat doesn't feel as wide as Harley's. I'd like an extra inch or two, and my butt isn't particularly wide. It's quite bony actually, it's quite scrawny, but it definitely feels like it needs another inch or so. And but the seat itself is comfortable, and this is fitted with the backrest, and that is very soft yet supportive, so I'd imagine that'd be great on a long journey. Also like these bars, they're high and they come back to you, they're splayed, but they're not too wide and they're not too high, and I prefer that personally. I'm not a big ape hanger fan really. The command control is very clear. Analog clocks, which are par for the course for a kind of American bagger. But yeah, I prefer digital stuff myself. Nice push turn signal. Let's make a turn here, and this is a dead end. It's in somebody's driveway, so let's turn around and hopefully not drop the bike. So this is a not inexpensive bike. It's probably the best part, 30 grand out the door. I won't give you the exact price, you can look it up online on the Indian website. And I know that Eric has about $6,000 worth of accessories on order for the bike. He's already started to fit some of them, and just slid slightly on gravel there, but then gained traction, no issues, no concern. I like these little winglets down here to just deflect cold air away from the kneecaps. Not a problem today where we're nearly 80 degrees, but certainly in winter it would be good. Just going to give it slightly more beans. I'm aware it's not my bike and it's new, so I'm not going to thrash it, but I just want to feel what the acceleration's like. I believe we're in sport mode here, we're 3rd gear, 3,000 revs, we're going uphill, it's quite steep here. Let's see what it's like. Got a nice thumpy roar to it, and Eric's going to have a stage 1 tune done on this, and I'm sure once he's had that tune done, this is going to really have some get up and go. It's noticeably more powerful and torquey than the current 114s from Milwaukee, and Eric himself has just traded a CVO Glide 110 for this, and the 110 cubic inch engine definitely feels weak compared with this, I would say, and Eric confirms that's his feeling as well. He's got an upgraded stereo system on this. I'm not going to put that on, but I can say that when he's been riding 2 bikes behind me today, I've been able to hear the music, not necessarily clearly unless we're stopped at the lights, but I can actually hear it. Fit and finish seems very good. There's lots of nice touches. There's the panniers are central locking, and the key fob also has a key built into it, so if there was a problem you could pull the key out and unlock the panniers. So nice touch there, good job Indian. Switchgear feels fairly substantial, yet smooth. I like this little index finger toggle for the main screens. It's what you can't see is that if if you were riding without gloves on, which I would never ever recommend, your finger isn't fouled by the button, yet you only have to move your finger a millisecond to be on it, and the edge of the button is very smooth, it's very curved, and so just it's a joy to use basically. And it just shows an attention to detail by the Indian designers to think of things like that, think about ergonomics to make them just so and perfect. Indian logos everywhere, I there, Indian name here, and you know, quite rightly so. There's some nice badging on it, some black badging places, some engraved bits, and I think Indian absolutely have every right to be proud of this bike. It's taken it to Harley at a time when Harley Davidson frankly are in stupendous problems. They've just announced 3 Softails, I'm not sure it's Heritage or Deluxe, and the FXDR, and another one that escapes my memory, the top of my head, but 3 Softails have just been axed, and there's no new CVOs till next year, and all the new bikes they claim to be producing to interest new people, they are not available just yet, and so that's a real problem for Harley Davidson. And Indian really is a genuine alternative for those that hanker after a big American V-twin motorcycle, and baggers are where it's at if you live in the big open spaces like we do, and do the big miles that we do. And I have to say that on balance this is probably well, no, this is definitely the best American V-twin I've ever ridden by a long way. The engine is super smooth, it's almost Porsche-like. It's a really nice bike, and if you really like big lumpy engines it might not be for you, but if you like smoothness, refinement, comfort, things that just work basically, and you want a big American bagger, well, the choice just got a whole lot better. And for my money, for my bucks, hands down, I would be buying this Indian Challenger. It's a really great motorcycle. Get yourself down to a dealership, have yourself a lot of fun. Lastly, I'd like to say a big thanks to Eric for letting me ride his bike. It really is a lovely thing, and to trust me with it with only 100 miles on the clock shows what a good friend he is. So thanks Eric, thanks Indian, nice one.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.